Hello, we are live. Baby might fall asleep here. We'll see. We'll see what she does. She was awake, and then I was like, okay, we're gonna go live. And I sat down in our cozy nursing chair, and she said, nope, I'm gonna take a nap. Okay, let's answer some questions for Friday. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day and looking forward to the weekend. I know we are. And yeah, the kids will be home in a few hours. Lucas is at the school right now talking about brain and spine health to third grade. So I can't wait to hear about that. That'll be really fun. Okay, let's see. How do you choose your baby's names? First question. Well, most of our kids' names are either family names or biblical names, traditional names. We usually choose like a boy and a girl name. And then if the baby is, not a boy or a girl, then that name will go to the next child. That's kind of how we did it. So, like, for instance, we had Evelyn Elizabeth planned for ever since, Sam. So it was like Samuel, Lucas, and then we had Sam and then Liam, but the girl name was always Evelyn Elizabeth. And then we finally had an Evelyn Elizabeth. And then, and then we had Ben picked for her name if she was a boy. And then, of course, then we had Inga, and then we had Ben. And so that took the boy name. So we always kind of have like a girl and a boy name picked. But I honestly will tell you that right now, if like we don't have a name for anything, we're like out of names. I felt that way after after Bo. I was like, what are we gonna name this baby? Like, we're all out of names, and Laura Kate is just perfect for her. I could not imagine her being any other name. But like, if we were to have another baby, we'd be back to the drawing board for sure. We don't have another name picked off the top of our heads. Okay, next question. Did you play in any sports? I did. I did gymnastics when I was younger. And then in high school, I did volleyball and track. And I also loved swimming, but we didn't have a swim team at my school. And so I did like summer swim team, but I loved all of those sports. I pretty much was like one of those kids that just wanted to sign up for everything. I tried a little of everything growing up, but like if they had like adult gymnastics or like adult swimming, I totally would do it. Like an adult swim team. Of course, I'd need time. I don't really have a lot of time, but anyway, I still love to be a little athletic whenever possible. Kind of the next question. How do you stay in shape? You look amazing. Thank you. I would say a lot of it is just kind of how I am. I kind of just go back to my normal state after having a baby. Sometimes it takes a little longer. Like right now, I'm giving myself grace because I'm not like completely back to before my baby weight, but it's fine. And I could if I really wanted to, but I'm just kind of like, whatever, it's fine. I try to eat. Like, I try to listen to my body and eat when I'm hungry, don't eat when I'm not hungry. I try to make good choices on food, but sometimes I also just like to eat ice cream, and I like to eat cookie dough, and so I just do that sometimes. But overall, I'd say I stay pretty active. I clean the house on my own, and usually if I like actually get in there and clean and organize, and like when she's sleeping, like if I wasn't on here and I laid her down, I would be like sprint cleaning, where I like go room to room to room, and I like vacuum and I clean the bathrooms and just do all the cleaning. And by the end of that, I am like sweating sometimes. So sometimes that is a workout, just cleaning in itself. Someone just asked me if I still remodel vintage trailers. No, I don't do that anymore, just because of time. It was so much fun. I loved my camper remodeling days, where I would work on, new campers, old campers. Like I did all types. I did Airstreams. If you haven't seen my camper remodels, I'm trying to think how to tell you how to find them. On my website, thebradleybunch.blog, I have a camper page, and you could see them all on there. It was such a fun time, but it was also a time that was a different like season than this, because I was doing that kind of before we moved into this house, and then right at the beginning of moving to this house, when Grampy Norm was still here and he was helping me a lot with all of my projects. And we had little kids, but I also had more help back then. I don't really have any, like, other than me, there's not a lot of like hands on deck helping me, which is fine. Like, I'm not complaining, but it was just a different season. And so, like, for me to do that right now, I'd need to like hire help to work on campers. But anyway, it was a fun time for sure. And then after that, I did furniture remodeling for a little bit. And who knows, like, I might get back into that some days. I still do like camper or even home like consultation. I'll like help people think of ideas for their campers, and we like brainstorm back and forth. That's a lot of fun. And whenever I help people on their camper remodels like that virtually, I always like think about like, oh, that'd be so fun to do again. But there's enough projects inside my own home that I could do. But one time I was telling a friend that like it's awesome to live in a house that like you've designed and you've remodeled and like you've built from the ground up. But it's also like there's no projects because you built it the way you want it. And so like when I look around, I love everything that's in our home because we built it this way and we dreamt it this way. But there's also not very many projects to do inside the home because it's not a fixer upper, it's new, you know. So but right behind me there's a hallway, and I've had my eye on it for a little bit, and I'm going to be remodeling the hallway, and I'm really excited about it. It's just a hallway, but like it needs to be remodeled because there's people like going through it all the time, and it just needs to either be painted or remodeled. So I'm going to be doing that soon, and I'm super excited about it. I'm going to do new pictures, I'm going to do wallpaper, and I'm going to probably take new pictures of all the kids too, because there aren't many photos in our home of the younger two kids because we moved here and I decorated, and they were not in the pictures that I hung up. It's funny. Okay. Next question. How far do you live from the kids' schools? I always allow like 20 minutes to get there, but it doesn't usually take that long. Everything's fairly close. We're country. We're very rural here. Like we're way in the country, tucked way back in the woods. But if we need to go, you know, into town or Walmart or anything, I mean, we could be there in like 15 minutes, and like the bigger city is like 25 minutes away. But I love being tucked into the woods. It's so nice. Next question. Oh, somebody said they love our stories. They're one of 10 kids and live in Little Rock, Arkansas. That's so cool. I love hearing about people that also have large families who enjoy our page. How did your sister end up living in Colorado? That's a good question. She was living in Missouri and had always wanted to move to Colorado. And it was many years ago now. It was probably like over 10 years ago, I feel like. It was a long time ago. And she moved out there and she ended up loving it. It was just one of those things that she just wanted to do, and she did, and there she is. Every once in a while she'll think about like, oh, maybe I want to come back or be closer to you guys, but she and my niece have kind of put down their roots there, and they enjoy it. Would you have another baby? Someone said. To be determined on that. Not sure. I always say I'm like treating this baby as if she's our last baby, because you just never know. I mean, you never know. But if we had more babies, we would welcome more babies. But if she was our last one, then that would be fine too. Next question. Does Jenna have a relationship with her biological father? No. Okay. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and I talk about that time in my life, and I try to bring awareness to that topic, especially in October, just because it's more talked about in October. But it's a very important part of my story. It's a very important topic especially that young girls need to know about, because it's not like it just happens overnight. And anyone can be, in a relationship and not see the signs right away unless you're aware of them before they happen. And I was in that relationship and it was abusive. And after Jenna was born, the judge over all of that, he ruled no contact by him to her. And he did that because it was the right decision to keep her safe. And I believe that that was 100% a God thing and the right decision. And no, she does not have any contact, and it would not be safe for her to do so. So there's that answer. Let's see. Is Jenna going to leave home to go to college? She has the best siblings and help to her mama. She's amazing. And yes, she will be going somewhere. We don't know where. She doesn't know where. We're just going to let that process kind of take place. And she's going to end up where she's meant to be, whether it's in Arkansas or another state or who knows. But I'm excited for her future, and she's going to do amazing in college. Like, she's going to love college. Next question. Are you and Chelsea still working together? We are not working together in the capacity like we were before I took a big break whenever we had baby Laura here. But she is still running the business and doing amazing with it. And I'm so proud of her. But I am not a part of that. I had to take a step back and say, you know what? I want to just be a mom for this season. And so here I am. Just being a mom, but also on here. Did you and Lucas date each other in high school or just friends? We did not date in high school. We were just friends, and then we got together after college. Do you give your kids vaccines? Controversial question that needs to be dealt with. It is controversial, but I don't feel like it's something I shouldn't talk about. So yeah, we give our kids all the vaccines. They're all on schedule. My husband's a physician. He feels that that is a safe thing to do, and we've never had any issues. And when I pray about it, I am 100% at peace knowing that my kids are protected from all of those things that they're vaccinated from. And we did not get the C, I'm not saying the word because my account gets flagged when I do the C vaccine. We did not do that, but we get all the other ones, like that are recommended for kids. What are the kids' eye colors? We have a mixture of blue and hazel are the two eye colors. The other day, Bo took a picture and his eyes looked really green in the picture, but it's hazel and blue, kind of like half and half. Really, it's kind of cool. Are any of the children left-handed like you? So I'm actually right-handed, but whenever I'm on the camera, it flips it because that's how the camera works. So I look like I'm left-handed, but I'm actually right-handed. So, and nobody is left-handed. Like, every person in our family is right-handed. Norm always used to laugh because whenever the kids would start to write, sometimes they would write with both hands. Just, it's normal. They just do that. And I'd always like put their pencil in their right hand and I'd be like, nope, you're right-handed. Because we do right-handed. I don't know how to do left-handed or anything. So I'd always kind of like encourage the kids to be right-handed, and they are. Someone asked, did they mandate your husband to get the other vaccine because of his job? No, they did not. And so none of us got it. And I'm very happy that we did not. Let's see. Everyone's asking for a link to the hat that I wore the other day. It's on my Like to Know It, my LTK page. It's, if you scroll way down, you'll see it on there. I'll try to remember to link it on my stories when I get done. It was like that camouflage hat with the star. It's from Etsy. It's like a small business. It's super cute. How How old are you? I'm 44. I just had a birthday, so it's weird to say that, but I'm 44. 40s are a great decade. So if you haven't hit them yet, you can look forward to them. They're not bad. 40s are great. Are you Mormon? No, we are not Mormon. We are members of a Baptist church, and we love our small Baptist church, and it just feels at home, and it feels right for us. But we do get asked a lot if we're Mormon. How do you manage all the cooking? How much do you cook a day? What are the dishes like? All very good questions. I get those a lot. So during the day, will pretty much just get the kids whatever they want, kind of like on demand. Like for breakfast this morning, a few of them had oatmeal, cereal, eggs. What else did they have? One wanted a peanut butter sandwich. I was like, whatever, it's fine. I just kind of make them whatever. And then throughout the day, I'll usually make like if they're all home and not at school, I'll make like nuggets or soup or grilled cheese, whatever they want. And then for dinner, I make one thing. Like tonight, we're going to have, I think, a chicken casserole and a salad and breadsticks. And usually there's something in that all the kids will eat. Like some of the kids will only eat the rice and a breadstick. And then other ones will eat the salad and some of the chicken. Or, they like pick and choose. And then if they don't eat any of that, then I know it's not popular. Some moms say you just have to like let them eat, and if they don't eat, they're just gonna have to figure it out. But I kind of make a second meal. I don't know. I know I probably shouldn't do that, but I do. So like if they don't eat whatever I made, like a beef stew or something, and then they're like, Mom, can I just have an egg, or can I have something else? Like I'll make them something else within reason. Like I'm not gonna make like 4 huge meals, but I'll make like one meal, and then I'll make like a second meal if they don't eat that. I always encourage them to at least try it though, like you might like it. And the meals I make aren't like really crazy. I mean, most of the kids eat most of my meals. But some of them just like, they don't want to eat lasagna or whatever. And they'd rather have, I don't know, something else like spaghetti. And I'm like, that takes me 10 minutes. It's fine. So I'll just make them spaghetti. I just try to make everybody fed. That's all. Oh, and the dishes, how I do dishes. We do paper plates a lot. And that saves a lot of time on cleaning up dishes. And we do probably 2 loads of dishes in the dishwasher a day. Like right now, it just finished running from the morning. And then I'll put those up. And then before bed, I'll start it again. And then I'll unload it in the morning. So usually about 2 loads of dishes a day. The kids help me unload and load the dishes, which I really appreciate. That's a job that like kids can totally do. Like just simply put the dishes up and then put them back in there. So there are flies flying all around me right now. It's so bad. It's like a terrible fly season right now. I thought the flies would go away in the fall, but they have not went away yet. Let's see. Some of these are duplicates, so I'm trying to read which one. How much do you earn promoting every product? That's a good question. So as an influencer, the links that influencers share are typically affiliate links. And so they do make a percentage every time something is ordered from their affiliate links. And sometimes they make money on brand deals. So like an in-feed post, like if you're scrolling and you see a reel or a post for a product, those are called like in-feed posts. And so it's like influencers' jobs to promote things, and they do get paid for things. But if you saw like the percentage, like say on Amazon, like Prime Day was the other day. So if you saw like the percentage that influencers get on each product, you'd probably laugh and be like, why do they even do that? Because sometimes you make like 50 cents or $1 or $2 on a product, depending on what it is. But I have found that if you lead your page by sharing things that you actually use and honestly want to recommend and you think that people might want to use these things too, then the money follows. But if you lead the other way around, then it's not as authentic and it's not as well received. You know what I mean? So I always try to share products and share links that I really use and that I really think that you guys would use. And even though I might only make like 50 cents or $1 if it's bought, I still will share that thing, you know? But then other ones come along and you make a lot more doing that. I mean, influencers can make, you know, anywhere from 50 cents to several $1,000s promoting a product. But you have to be, I could go on and on about this, but you have to be honest and you have to be, you have to lead with integrity, because if you don't and someone buys your product and it's junk or they hate it, then you're not going to get any trust for any of your other products. And so I always say, like in my social media guide or whenever I talk to other influencers or people that want to have their own page, I always say you just need to be true to yourself and recommend things that don't worry about the dollars. Just think of your end user. Like think of your audience and would you actually want to recommend this to a friend to spend their actual money on? And if no, then don't recommend it. Don't share it. So anyway, there's that answer. Did you conceive naturally or through IVF? They were all natural. All of our babies were natural. Do the dogs have a favorite child? I would say Rozzy. Rozzy, they like love Rozzy. And Rozzy is such a animal person. She's so sweet to watch with the animals too, because she like talks to them. Like she has like actual conversations, but in like a really sweet way, not like a weird way. And she like gets on their eye level, and the cats love her, the dogs love her. She's just precious. She has like the sweetest heart for animals. If an animal is hurt, even if it's like an insect or like an animal that's in the woods, she gets really sad about it. And she just has such a sweet heart for animals. Let's see. One question on this one. Some of them are duplicates. This one. Have you ever had to deal with any bullying with any of your kids? Like if they were bullied at school? Not really. I mean, middle school is tough, you know? Middle school is just middle school. But we've never had an actual like bullying, but we've had like drama, you know, where kids will come home and tell about something that happened with another kid and this thing that happened, and it's so easy to listen to that and respond with, okay, that sounds silly and it really doesn't matter, and you like in the big scheme of things, this little situation, it doesn't matter and it's silly. Okay, next, go on to the next thing, or don't worry about it. But I always try to think like, even though that's true, in the big, like in their world, that's like the biggest thing right now. Like that silly little thing is a really big thing to them. And so I always have to just like take a step back and like, you know, remind my kids that the way people act is not really a reflection on you. It's more of their own heart. And so if they are saying those words to you and acting the way they're acting to you, then they must be really hurting inside, and they might be going through something that you don't even know what they're going through. And so maybe you should try praying for that person, you know. And then of course my child's like, what? They're mean, they're terrible. And I'm like, I know, but like use it as a learning experience and say, we need to pray for our enemies, pray for people that mistreat us, and just see what happens. And so let's try praying for that person and let's see if it improves, you know. And it'll improve. And it just use it as a learning experience. But I'm thankful that no, we have not actually had a bully situation, but we've had like those little squabbles in middle school type age, and that's kind of how I deal with them. All right, I'm gonna answer a few more questions and then I'll end here. She's so sweet. Have you had normal deliveries or C-sections? I've had all normal natural deliveries, all hospital deliveries, all natural deliveries. How is your mother-in-law doing? Thank you for asking. I think she's doing well. I think she's gone through a lot of change this year. I mean, her husband died a little over a year ago. She was living by herself. She had a hospital stay, and then she had another hospital stay when she broke her hip. She had hip surgery. Now she's living in our guest house. She's about to move to an assisted living. So, I mean, a lot of change for her in the last year. But I think that she is, without like putting words in her mouth, I think she's like anxiously excited kind of for her next step of moving into the assisted living, because it's going to be a change, but they have everything that she needs there. And it is a very like upbeat, happy place. It's not like there aren't people just sitting in the corners like not interacting with people. They're like lively, walking around, smiling, happy, visiting. I mean, it's a really nice place. And I think she's kind of excited about that, because right now she's not like socializing, and she's not out and about doing things that she likes to do. And once she's there, she's going to have like a community of people that are similar in age, that she can visit with and do activities. And I'm excited for her, because I know that, thinking of myself in that situation, I would be really lonely. And I think this will help with that if she's feeling that way. So let's see, how old is she? Somebody said, I think she's 77, I think. Yeah. Let's see, next question. Why should I get a subscription to your page? What am I missing? They said, you don't have to subscribe. I always say that you don't have to, and you wouldn't, you may not even notice that you're not seeing all the content, because the stuff in the subscriber content is like new content. It's like above and beyond my normal content. So you don't have to subscribe. You won't notice that you're missing anything. In the subscription, it's more like Q&As, just for subscribers. It's a smaller group. I do different giveaways. I give free resources like my digital downloads. I do a devotional every morning, and we visit in the devotional, and it's just kind of, it's evolving. It's not like, it's not something that I have planned out for the next like several months. I'm just doing it kind of the way that it's flowing, if that makes sense. Like, I'm trying this and it'll evolve, and I'm actually really excited about it, because it's a really cool community. And yeah, it is a subscription, so you do pay for it, but it's a smaller group, and I have it at $4.99 right now a month, $4.99 a month. So the resources alone are more than that, and the giveaways. So in theory, you could actually like pay for itself through the free downloads, because you're getting them for free in there. So it's a fun community, and you don't have to subscribe. I always say that, like, nobody has to subscribe, but that's what you're getting if you do subscribe. And it's evolving. So it's and it's a little more behind the scenes, like the stuff that people kind of make comments on my big page, the people that don't know us, and they'll comment like about whatever. The subscriber page is more like, I can show that because they're subscribers. So they get to see like the behind the scene super messes and stuff like that. What age were you when you had all of your children? I was 26 for my first baby and 43 for her. So all in between, every few years in between that. Okay, I'll answer a few more and I'm gonna end here. Which sibling does Laura Kate look like? I think she looks like Evie a lot. She reminds me so much of Evelyn. You are a beautiful person inside and out. I love that you keep everything real. Thank you. How do you get Bo to fall asleep alone? My kids would never. I get asked that a lot. Bo loves his sleep. And I think some of it is just him. Like, he just loves sleep. He's always loved sleep. He's kind of like her. They just love their sleep. One thing I've always done with all of the kids is I try to keep their rooms really basic, just for sleeping. So I try not to put a lot of toys in their rooms. I try not to put anything except really just like a bed in their room. And that way they know this is where I go to sleep. I don't go in here to play. Like, I play downstairs, I play with my siblings, but when I'm in this room, this is for sleeping. And I try to keep nap time very scheduled, like, and bedtime too. Like, it's always the exact same routine, the exact same time. And so there's not like that unknown. It's always like scheduled. It's like, okay, this is what we do. It's this time, we do this schedule, we sing this song. Like, it's extremely scheduled and routine. And I think the little kids like that. I know I like it, but I know the little kids seem to do well with that as well. Do you wear hair extensions? I do. I'm wearing a halo extension right now, and it's mainly for volume. Like, it's the same length. There's the extension. It's the same length. It just adds a little more volume to my, and this is my natural hair. So it's the same length. It just adds a little more thickness to my hair, but it's real hair. And so you can curl it and straighten it and stuff like that. Was it difficult to conceive at 44? So we had baby Laura at 43, and it wasn't, but I will say between Cora and Bo, there was 3 years of no baby, and there was no reason. Like, it just didn't happen. But then after Bo, well, actually right before Bo, I had a miscarriage. I was pregnant after 3 years. I was like, okay, we were pregnant. And then I lost that baby within a few days of finding out about the pregnancy. So it was like a really quick miscarriage, my only miscarriage. And then the next month, Bo was conceived. And so it was crazy. It was like a 3-year gap, then a miscarriage. And then the very next month, Bo. It was really cool and crazy. And just, I was like, what just happened, you know? And then Bo came along, and he was just the greatest gift. And then when Bo was, how old was he? When he would have been, let's see. He would have been like 10 months old, I think. And then we were pregnant with baby Laura. So, and it just happened. There wasn't like any, you know, it wasn't like I wasn't taking anything or doing anything differently. So we'll see what happens. But the closest my 2 kids have ever been was Inga and Ben. And Inga would have been her age when I was pregnant with Ben. That was like the closest. When a baby was 7 months old, I was pregnant. But normally it's around 9 months to 12 months. Then there's another baby, just naturally. But I don't know, with Cora, it took 3 years. So you just never know. But that period of time taught me that just how, I mean, it sounds bad, but like every baby we've had really just, it wasn't difficult. And it was like, okay, the baby's 9 months and I was pregnant again. And it would just happen. Like, that's just kind of what we did. But then after that gap, it really kind of like took me back and been like, wow, like what a blessing. Like, I knew they were a blessing, but like it really made me realize that, you know, what a beautiful, amazing gift it is to be able to just conceive a child just like that. Because I kind of took it for granted in a way, because we never had to think about it. And then after after Cora, it just didn't happen. And then we were pregnant with Bo and then baby Laura. And with each one, I'm just like just so extra thankful after going through that time of, it's not really infertility, but just that time of waiting, you know? So I don't know, to be determined what happens, but I'm just so thankful for all my babies. I don't know. Sometimes I just look at them and just like in disbelief that like we're blessed with 10 kids. Like it's just such an incredible blessing. And I'm just so thankful and so grateful. So, okay, I think we're done. I'll answer the rest of these later. I'm gonna go put her down and go do some housework. Okay, I hope everyone's having a wonderful day.